players will go over with Army for the alma mater. There's a close bond. A lot of that stems from the years they played and all the history, but a lot of it stems too from Eric LeGrand and what happened to him and all the moments they've shared in his story. And so the Rutgers guys, Flood told us, he said it means a lot to go up there and play these guys, to respect them and pay their respects to what they do for our country, these cadets here at West Point. So Monken and his guys will go over to the Corps of Cadets and take part in the Army alma mater.
Ladies and gentlemen, the alma mater.
Famous words after the Army alma mater of beat Navy, and that's the only thing left now for Jeff Monken's team. They'll have 3 weeks off before they meet the Mids in the annual Army-Navy game, and another tough one for Monken and his guys, but they come up short by 10 here on the home field. A lot of tradition for both these schools, Jay. Of course, Rutgers claims they are, that they are the oldest program in college football history.
Army's lost 13 straight games in Navy. They would save their season with the victory against the midshipmen.
No question about it. So two programs that are about an hour and a half or thereabout from each other, and now the Army players will honor the Rutgers alma mater as they make their way to the south end zone here at Michie Stadium. Let's listen now to that. So the Rutgers alma mater, and Army takes part in that. Their players make their way off. Final time they'll play, the seniors will, here at Michie Stadium, and Rutgers will head down underneath the stadium on the east side of the stadium. They get a big win, their 4th win of the year. So we're going to get down to John Schriffen, who is going to be talking with the victorious head coach, Kyle Flood. John.
Ben, thank you so much, Coach. Congratulations, a big win. The play of the game really happened in this end zone on that interception. How impressed were you about your defense? They just stepped up when they needed to.
Yeah, really impressed. I thought the defense did an excellent job. On that drive, they were bending, and then Josh Hicks, who's the MVP of our bowl game last year, playing tailback, comes up with an interception in the end zone. Really unselfish by him this week to volunteer to play defense and help this football team.
Offensively, what did you see from the play calls? It seemed like you guys ran the ball a lot. What did you see out there? I
thought we did a really good job of controlling the game. I think they only had 3 possessions in the second half. If you can minimize their possessions and get a lead, it helps you shorten the game, and you don't have to defend that option as much.
So often when teams come in here to play, it's more than just a game. What was this experience like for you and your players coming to play at West Point?
Well, I told the players this is one of the great experiences in college football, one of the great challenges in college football to come up here and play an academy. And don't forget that, you know, when we're done competing and you shake their hand at the end of the game, you're shaking the hand of somebody that's going to protect your freedom. That means a lot to us.
Coach, congratulations. Good luck next week against Maryland.
Thank you.
Ben?
Thank you, John. Thanks to Kyle Flood, their staff as well, and same to the Army folks. Do a lot to help us throughout the course of the season covering the Army home games here on CBS Sports Network. Take a timeout, come back with a final thought, wrap it up here from West Point after this.
College football on CBS Sports Network is being brought to you by Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Ten-point win for Rutgers here today. It's time for our Mercedes-Benz play of the game, and we go to Army and Edgar Poe.
Big catch here, got him back in the game. Edgar Poe elevating, catching the ball. A really good catch, and then walking down the side, tightrope walking down the sideline there. Just watch go up, catch it over the defender, running down the field. Getting Army back in position. Weren't able to close it. An interception led to their demise later on in the game, but excellent play there by Edgar Poe.
It's our Mercedes-Benz play of the game, and yeah, it's the conclusion of our portion of the season. We have one game left, but here at West Point, it's our final game here, and it's always an honor to come here and do these games, and certainly you hope for Monken and their guys they can continue to build their program and get to a level where they're winning these kind of games where they really have chances to win them. They just haven't found a way to do it yet.
There's been only 2 games this year that they really haven't been in the game.
Right.
A really good Duke team, but they have been in games. They haven't finished games. It was disappointing for them because they talked about it this summer, all summer, the summer of finish. Well, they haven't finished games. Again, another game where they struggled in the fourth quarter, not able to make the plays to win the game.
Yep. Well, it was senior day, which means for 25 players and 5 other men that have given an awful lot to this program, it was the final time they will play and be on this field in a truly competitive standpoint. Hugenberg, Calvin White, just a great group of guys that we've gotten to know over this year.
And 23 of the 25, we pointed out in the broadcast, chose to go into combat arms to put themselves in a position where they're in harm's way. And I can't talk enough about the respect that both you and I have for these Army seniors, for what the cadets in general do, protecting us, protecting our country.
There's no question. I mean, you're impacted every time you come here, and it's always a powerful thing for us to come here and to meet these young men that down the road in 10, 15, 20 years, maybe senators and who knows, vice presidents and leaders of great companies. So it's a neat thing, really neat thing. So we'll step aside. We'll give you a preview of our next game here on the network, Buffalo and Akron.
I back on? I thought you said I'm done. I already left. I'm gone.
Thanks for all your help.
Take care. Thank you. Yeah, I think we should talk. I mean, if you should break up. Yeah. 30 seconds out. All right, here we go. All right.
Great, so everyone leaves early. So everybody leaves early, so now the traffic is worse. All stuff. All stuff. Only package on the package games has to film. 10-point win for Rutgers here today. They get their 4th win of the year. Army drops to 2-9 with only the Navy game remaining in 3 weeks. Jay, the final numbers here in this one between the Scarlet Knights and the Black Knights.
Well, surprising that Rutgers only threw for 105 yards, but they ran the ball so effectively and so well. 254 yards on the ground at will, getting into the end zone, really controlled the game on the ground.
Chris Carter with the start, a couple of touchdowns. He ran for one and threw one, and there's what's left. It's pretty simple. Beat Navy, right?
Yeah, and that can save your season. You know, you might go sitting at 2-9. If you can beat Navy, that's going to save a lot of hearts around here.
See you in Toledo. Holy Toledo.
Row the boat.
We'll row it. 31-21, the final. Rutgers wins it. For Jay Feely, John Schripp, and all of our crew, my name is Ben Oldham. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. It was our pleasure to bring it to you. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. Let's now send you to Jason Knapp and Randy Cross in Ohio for Buffalo and Akron.